I want you to do this before Google's next algorithm update. Do you know how many updates Google does every single year? The number might shock you. Although you typically only hear about a few major ones every year, the real number is way higher. Can you guess what it is? Well, in 2020, Google made 4,500 changes to its search algorithm. Now, were all those changes huge? Of course not. You can't make major changes to an algorithm of that size that often and not expect complete chaos. The majority of the changes were so small that you probably didn't even notice them. But they still made some changes. And surely that impacts your SEO, right? Look, you're never going to make 4,500 changes to your SEO strategy in a year. You'd have to quit what you're doing and devote every single second and stay up to figure things out. And that's just not realistic. But what you can do is stay ahead of the game for the big updates. And while you still won't be able to fully anticipate every single little change, there's still plenty you can do to make sure they don't totally catch you off guard. Here's a great way to stay ahead of Google's next big algorithm update. The strategy: include ongoing optimization into your content plan. Look, you probably already know that Google heavily factors in user experience when it comes to search rankings. But if you're not actively updating your content on a consistent basis, you're putting your entire website at a disadvantage for when the next update comes around. So here's what I want you to do. Step 1, go into Google Search Console. And what I want you to do is click on your site portfolio, look at your traffic, and compare year over year. You can actually compare the last 30 days to what happened in the previous year. And you can do that using their date picker. I want you to see all the pages that have decreased the most in traffic, and I want you to update those pages. Have you noticed that anytime you do a Google search, Wikipedia is continually ranking at the top? Why is that? It's because their content is continually fresh. With things like GPT-3 and all these AI tools that just make you being able to write content at the snap of your fingers, it's easy to produce content. Everyone's doing it. Did you know for the term auto insurance in the United States, there's over 1 billion results on Google, but less than 200,000 searches? Do you think we really need any more content on auto insurance? No. But what do we need? We need people to continually update their content more frequently. And when Google sees that you're updating your content more frequently, they know it's fresh, not outdated. That's more likely to provide the most value to users. Now, the way I recommended you to update your content is you look at the pages that decrease in their traffic the most. Those are the pages that can provide your biggest traffic gains because those have the most opportunity. If they lost rankings, it's usually because they're not as fresh as the competition or more thorough or more in-depth. And you can see what keywords those pages rank for because Google Search Console shows you, and you can just do Google searches for those keywords, see what other people are doing that you're not, and that'll give you ideas on how to keep your page the most user-friendly, up-to-date, and providing the most value. Now, the second thing I want you to do is, on a monthly basis, keep track of all your main money pages. These are the pages that are getting most of the traffic to your website from Google. And I want you to keep track of, all right, here are the main pages. Just spend a quick few minutes on the top 30, 40, 50 pages. Shouldn't take you more than a few hours a month. And create a list of the ones that you think should be updated to provide people the most value. Even if that means that, hey, your traffic isn't dropping. Just because your traffic isn't dropping doesn't mean that page shouldn't be updated. You want to do what's best for the user and not focus too much on Google. That's how you stay ahead of their update. Because what does Google do? You think Google cares about how many backlinks you have or how cool your site looks? Sure, these are all factors in their algorithm. What they really care for is what a user likes and what they don't. Because even if you had 1 million backlinks, if users go to your website and they all bounce and click the back button because they think your content sucks, Google's not going to rank you high. Yes, there's all these SEO factors, but what they care the most about is the user satisfied and happy when they land on your website? If they are, over time, you rank higher. If they're not, you don't rank as higher. That's why you need to continually update your content. That's the key to staying ahead of Google's next algorithm update. Sure, sometimes during some of the updates, you lose some traffic. some of the updates, you gain some traffic. But if you focus on the user and you keep your content fresh, which is what's best for them, in the long run, you should get more traffic, even though there's a lot of updates that may not sway your way over time. It's like a graph that goes up and down, but overall it should go up and to the right because you're doing what's best for your users. Now, if you just want my team to do all this for you, check out my ad agency, NP Digital. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, tell people about it, and make sure you subscribe and leave some comments if you have questions. I'm always here to help.